Check. Get ready to start the show in a minute. My good people.
Crispy, yeah, that boy breast me. Head to toe, I'm gleaming, yeah, I know they can't miss me. See your boy a mile away, my kicks is really hitting. Looking like that meme, then them boys really spitting. I just put an ISO logo on a damn sweater vest. I got little money, watching power, give us our respect. Damn, I be so fresh, and them boys be so clean too. Had them looking mad hard, damn, I didn't mean to, yeah. Fresh Air Force Ones, then them things crispy. 2-piece, got them all jelly, get a biscuit. Going hard in the paint, I'm feeling like no whiskey. But all out on them if I really wanna do it. Spot up or dribble, shooting, drip on point, peep the execution on a higher resolution. Now you gotta see me do it, now you gotta see us on it. I don't even gotta flaunt it, I'ma put us all up on it. Big tracks, jumping out the devil bag boys. Big man, got them big man, now they some sad boys. Circa 91 Pistons, we some bad boys. If you picking teams, we should never be your last choice. Cause we really run this. Yeah, we started. You gotta up the budget. We too cold-blooded. Better make adjustments. I'm a walking bucket. I'm crispy. Yeah, that boy breast me. Head to toe, I'm gleaming. Yeah, I know.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. This is Blues House. I'm your host, Illuminati. You know I got my good guys with me, your homie. Obi, what's up, man?
What's good?
Good. You ready to get me this good Spider-Man tea, man. This good Spider-Man news.
Right. Seems like it never stops.
And this, like I said, this movie is either gonna be the biggest movie in MCU history, or it's gonna be the biggest flop, man.
Right.
let's hope it end up being a big, because I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so I hope.
Right. We all hope it's gonna be good. Yeah.
Being good and everything like that, man. But you know how I like to do it before we start. If you want to donate, go to www.buymeacoffee.com/blueshouse, or you can go to the Cash App, which is $Bluminati, and donate, man. And keep us alive and kicking. What was that? Oh, never mind. And keep us alive and kicking. So yeah, let's start this thing off, man. This Spider-Man No Way Home. More plot leaks. First of all, I want to talk about how we didn't get a trailer today.
Right.
Let's talk about do you feel let down?
Not necessarily, because it wasn't supposed to be concrete.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the big influencers that have got their hands in it, they've all said that it's supposed to come with one of the new movies that's coming out.
Yeah, attached as a trailer or
Right.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, and I agree with that. It makes more sense that way. I think it was a lot of people saying probably Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
The Peter Rabbit,
Or even Black Widow.
or even Black Widow. Yeah, so I could see that happening. Like I said, it makes more sense. But I wasn't disappointed at all. I kind of it made. I'm not gonna act like it didn't make sense for it to come out over this holiday weekend. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Tom Holland's birthday, if I remember correctly.
Today, yeah.
Today. So yeah, it would have been a good marketing plot, but you know what I'm saying, why not just hold it and put it on towards a because that way it also helps get whatever that vehicle is that they attach it to moving to. You know what I mean?
Right.
People,
Right.
Yeah, they'll go see Peter Rabbit, but they might also want to go see just for that trailer. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
I could see stuff like that happening, but didn't get it. Oh, well, matter of fact, it was crazy. I was watching a YouTuber today, and I mean, he kept refreshing. You know, he was live. He kept refreshing. Oh, did we get the trailer? Did the trailer come today? And I was like, man, that trailer is not. I'm looking at my watch like it's past noon, bro. That trailer's not coming.
Right.
Trailer's not coming, man. But yeah, let's get into these plot leaks, man.
Okay.
Let's get into these plot leaks. Let me see if I can. I know you had sent it to me. Where's it at? Here we go. I don't want to watch this whole thing. I wish it was like someplace they could just give me the plot leaks.
It was on Reddit.
Was it on Reddit?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Got it.
Yep. Let me I'm gonna share this. Let me pull this up. Because this is actually, it's kind of down the line of what I've been talking about, man.
Right. If it's not this was very, very, very well written. This person did their research.
Yeah. Hopefully, I hope y'all can see this, man. But I'm gonna read through it real quick, like, and we'll talk. You know what I'm saying? Once every little plot point, I guess, or if you want to stop me as I'm reading it, and if something, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to talk about.
Yeah. We'll hit every plot point. Let's get it. Yeah.
All right. So this one, I don't know, who is this from? This is from.
It's an anonymous. Yeah.
It says, sound kind of plausible, to be honest, but it says Peter's on the run after the identity reveal and Far From Home. Ned and MJ are with him since they're accomplices to his crimes. Doctor Strange, at Happy's request, finds them in a homeless shelter undercover, where he brings them back to the Sanctum, tells them to lay low while he figures out a way to fix everything. In the Sanctum, Peter comes across sort of a bigger on the inside prison where Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Sandman, Raimiverse, and the Lizard, and Electro,
the Amazing Spider-Man.
The
Amazing Spider-Man verse, yeah.
Spider-Man verse are being held. Defoe manages to trick Peter into thinking that their universe's Spider-Man are corrupted and killed them, and Peter needs to free them so they can save their planets. Peter frees them, and they escape into the city. Now I'm gonna pause right there because that's actually something that I've been hearing a lot. Yeah. As far as them being killed and either not recognizing that they're dead, or this is where they went when they died. You know what I'm saying? So I've been hearing that a lot. Let me just continue reading. Strange shows up and tears Peter a new one, explains that he had been holding them into this prison due to the instability in the multiverse connected to each dimension's Oscorp experiments and with interdimensional travel, and says Peter has a responsibility to stop them. Defoe leads the villains to the MCU Oscorp building to steal prototype interdimensional tech. Peter tries to stop them, but he gets his ass kicked and thrown aside. Strange rescues him and says they'll need more help. Strange and Peter traveling to the Raimiverse and Amazing Spider-Man verse, and we see the Peters are living after the conclusion of their series. Toby's married to MJ, and they have a daughter. Andrew is a college professor. Through their connection to their home universes, the villains sense that Spider-Man are likely on their way. They use the Oscorp device to open a one-way portal to the Amazing Spider-Man verse, with the Amazing Spider-Man Rhino barging through. The Sinister Six are Goblin, Ock, Sandman, the Lizard, Electro, and the Rhino. Defoe Osborn realizes the way to open two-way portals and thus gets back to their own universe is to power the Osborn device with the Stark Power Core. Defoe gets it, and the other Sinister Six distract the Spider-Man. The Sinister Six minus Osborn and Spider-Man fight for the fight at the Statue of Liberty, which this is confusing, which Defoe Osborn plans on using to open portals back to their worlds and to trap the Spider-Man here. Toby is beaten way harder than the younger Spideys and ends up dying after the battle. I'm telling you, I told you, man. If one of them is gonna die, it's gonna be Toby. It just makes sense. I'm gonna keep reading. We'll talk about it in a minute. Goblin finally shows up with the device and Ned. The device is activated, but they manage to stop him and protect Ned in a 2v1 fight with him. But he manages to miss them with a pumpkin bomb and kills Ned. Tom, Spider-Man, nearly kills Goblin, but Andrew stops him from becoming a villain like them. The Sinister Six get locked back up in Strange prison. Tom and Andrew attend Toby's funeral in the Raimiverse and seemingly part ways. Tom turns himself in and is successfully defended from murder charges by Matt Murdock, but his secret identity isn't resolved. Tom shows up to Ned's grave and talks about how he feels responsible for his death, and Andrew shows back up and gives him the responsibility talk. Tom realizes Ned, like Uncle Ben, Tony, and Toby Peter, will want him to still be a hero. Final swing is both Tom and Andrew in the streets of MCU New York. So, that's a lot, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot. Does this play into what you been
Yes, and well, what I've been hearing, but not where I thought the story was going to go.
Okay.
First of all, like when I look at the villains that they have for the Sinister Six, I'm like, well, the original six was Doc Ock, Vulture, Mysterio, Hydro Man was one of the original, right? But they've already been through Hydro Man. They've already been through Mysterio. They did Hydro Man without even doing Hydro Man. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, and then who else? Who am I missing? Scorpion, right?
Scorpion, yeah.
Right. So I feel like with us having those characters available, why would they bring in, for one, the Lizard? That didn't say anything about Electro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it did. Okay. It didn't say Electro, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand the Lizard, and I don't understand the Rhino.
I think it's just to connect that the Amazing Spider-Man verse, because we got Electro, but they wanted to form a six, so you already have the Lizard and Electro. Why not Rhino? My thing is,
there's no MCU villains though. You have Vulture,
right?
I would think that. I would think that.
I know why. Because Vulture, Scorpion. Did they say Scorpion was on the? It wasn't Scorpion, was it?
No, he's not in the six.
The six is Goblin, Ox, Sandman, Lizard, Electro, and Rhino. Yeah, I think not the MCU. All right, this
You
is how
think
I'm
they
looking
will?
at
You think they will transfer to being Sony,
Sony. Yep.
and these
Mm-hmm.
6 that we have will continue to be MCU villains?
MCU villains. Yep.
Okay, let me tell you something. Like, as far as that goes, if these are going to continue to be MCU villains, then with this Goblin being in this, you know what I'm saying, timeline, there's the leader of the Dark Avengers right there.
Right. Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they end up in the raft, or at least Doc Ock does, or at least Green Goblin does. I mean,
No, you absolutely
I
right.
wouldn't be surprised at all.
They probably would end up being in a rap. I
I
don't
could see
why
that
not.
being a post-credit scene
Yeah, very much so. Very much so.
because they can't send them back. Like you said, with this being No Way Home, you're right. It's no way for them to go home.
and
So
and that's the whole thing. He was trying to open that two-way portal. I got to
Right.
get this Stark tech so I can open the two-way portal, and I'm a trap. Matter of fact, I think everybody goes on this one-way trip, right?
right,
They get the Stark tech, or they realize that they might get stuck. Because I think it's going to be another plot device. I think the Spider-Man are going to be stuck in whatever universe they are, and the bad guys are going to make it back without the Spider-Man. Because that, to me, that's a movie. That's cliche movie right there.
right,
So that's your No Way Home. At first, I said it was the villains, but now reading that, it's the Spider-Man. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They're going to be stuck, or Peter's going to be stuck in whatever the Amazing Spider-Man verse. He's going to
Right.
be stuck there.
right,
Can't make it back to MCU proper or whatever.
Right.
His is. That's how I'm looking at it. Then they figure out a way to get back home.
right.
Yep.
Okay. Like when you said going back to the top, you said they're hiding out in a homeless shelter. That makes sense because we saw the pictures of the feast center.
Right.
I mean, that's it right there. I'll tell you, this sounds a lot like they took the PS4 Spider-Man game and then they took the story of the Sinister Six from oh gosh, which iteration am I thinking of?
And that's the cartoon.
Maybe I think maybe that's what it is. It seems like a mashup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, why not? If I got all these things to pull from,
Right.
why not pull from multiple places? Especially if they all fit together. That
Right.
just makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
So, do you think that these will be this Peter Parker's only rogue gallery? You think this will be the 6 that he just happens to come across and fight?
No,
You think it's final? Yeah.
no, I don't think it's final. I think either, like you said, they'll get locked up in this MCU raft, and they'll be, you know what I'm saying, they'll either be stuck here in the MCU, because maybe that goes back to that. Yeah, No Way Home. You stuck here now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I do think we will get a proper MCU version of each one. You know what I'm saying? I just got a feeling we have to get a proper MCU version of each one.
Well, I see, and that's the thing. I keep going back to this, and I like this leak, but then again, I don't like certain parts of it.
Right.
Because if these people are, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden, like, it doesn't give us enough to really understand why they're here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just goes, oh, they're already here. They're already locked up. Come on. That doesn't really give me anything.
Right.
Like, nothing to go on. Like, that's what I'm saying. It just seems this leak has aspects of the story that probably are right. But then again, I feel like this is just them taking all of the different leaks and kind of smashing all the parts that they like into one and making it sound good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like with Willem Dafoe being Green Goblin, we've all heard that, you know what I'm saying, how many times? So of course that sounds good. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like the Rhino doesn't make sense here. The Lizard doesn't make sense here. Electro is the biggest villain of the Amazing Spider-Man universe. You know what I'm saying? That's the one that we all really connected with. The Lizard had no personality. I feel like that actor isn't. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying. They. I don't think they would recast that actor if they got everybody else proper. You know what I'm saying, from the original movies. Okay. I don't see it. It doesn't make sense. So why even use that character?
So you think maybe it's not going to be the Rhino and the Lizard?
Nope. I do not think so. I feel like we'll get, like I said, I heard that like
Hayden,
whenever,
what's his name, Hayden?
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah,
yeah. I did hear that he was in talks. At first, it was supposed to be like a cameo,
right?
But I did hear that.
Because now that you, not to cut you off, now that you're saying what you're saying, you're right. It doesn't make sense for Rhino, because they're you know what I'm saying, they were like, Rhino comes busting through. Why does he all of a sudden just bust through?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2, he was handling Rhino. Right. You know what I'm saying? So Rhino would have been locked up. That would have been the end of that. You know, it doesn't make sense,
Electro,
for
Lizard, Sandman, Goblin. So Goblin, Lizard,
Electro. Those are the definites.
Because I do think the Lizard will come back. Because to me,
I just don't know.
Goblin.
That's a definite. I feel like Goblin, they have to have a leader.
Two from Toby.
Yep.
Lizard and Electro is two from the Amazing
Spider-Man. Right.
Then that, to me, that leads to, see, we're not hearing this is what's missing from this.
The villains, right.
Kraven and Vulture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's missing.
Yep. That's the Marvel side that they're not letting slip.
Yeah.
Because if you think of, listen to all the people that claim to know about this movie, they're like, y'all don't know nothing yet. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, they're dangling it around, but they've kept tight lip about that, because it doesn't make sense for it to be 3 from Andrew Garfield's or 4 from Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, right? And then 2 from. That doesn't make any sense.
Only reason that might make sense is like with Toby dying. If Toby dies. And like I said, them continuing on with Andrew Garfield,
that kills that storyline. Right. So those villains have to go somewhere. I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, when you have these characters that, like I said, we don't know anything about the Marvel side of this. And the Sony president has pretty much said that this is the way we tie it together.
Right.
Why not have Vulture and, you know what I'm saying, Scorpion or whoever, you know what I'm saying, and then you tie them into Morbius, you know what I'm saying, that's the way you tie those universes in, because if they're going to tie them in, if they kill Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, how do you tie it in? Right. If Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is in the MCU canon now, how do you tie that in? How do you tie in the Sonyverse? It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, we're missing a major plot point. Like, major point. I feel like, yeah, everything that they say might happen in this movie, but it's not even the tip of the iceberg.
Let me go back to Doctor Strange having them locked up.
Right.
What is all of that about?
How does Strange know who they are, first of all?
Right. What makes Strange lock up these guys?
Right.
It says Peter comes across sort of a bigger on the inside prison where Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, and the Lizard and Electro are being held. Why? What?
They have to get to this universe somehow. So you're telling me they just die and wake up in a jail? You know what I'm saying? Like, something happens. Like, I feel like the way it happens is they're all like when it shows them the point of them dying, I guess
Yeah.
that's and then it like I guess that's their time period, and then it ripples when the multiverse breaks. So it's
Why?
not just multiple universes; it's also time as
Right.
well, right? So it's there's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense to for it to just be a multiverse of different universes happening at the
Okay.
same
Okay.
time, right?
It says he holds them in the prison due to the instability of the multiverse connected to each dimension's Oscorp experiments with interdimensional travel. Well,
Okay, did they have that in as a plot point in any of the films?
right, and that's what I was about to get into. We know that the Amazing Spider Verse's Oscorp is basically trash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Norman is in the bed,
Right.
sick as hell, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Because we never that they never got to
Nope.
fix the Norman of that universe.
Right.
Which, and we know that Kid Goblin or whatever you want to call, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
Harry, he died, right?
Yeah.
So he died. So who's in charge of running Oscorp? That's just the Amazing Spider-Man side. If we
Right.
go over to Toby Raimi verse, that Oscorp,
Has no leader.
yeah. So that you got two Oscorps with no leaders. I don't think they'd be pushing it that much, especially to start messing around with interdimensional travel or multiversal versal things. And even if they did, why is Green Goblin and Doc Ock involved in Oscorp's multi-dimensional?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Other than
Or
I guess
Sandman.
they'll try to make it canon that Doc Ock, Oscorp is where he got his funding from.
True.
They'll make that canon. All the way around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's one of the parts that's easy because you can just say, "Oh, well, this happened in the background," and they don't have to explain that all that much. Where I feel like the issue with these leaks and everything is how do we get to where we are now?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
That's what I don't understand. Like
trying to connect the dots. I don't see
right,
a lot of the dots aren't connected, especially on the Toby side.
right.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've straight ran through that trilogy of movies.
What you need? I got them.
No. I mean, I remember. I'm just trying to, as far as the dots. Like
Okay.
We got this prison, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman. That's all from the Raimi verse. Why Sandman? Why is he? What you know? What I'm saying he was just in the Raimi verse. He was just an innocent bystander.
Right.
Right. Why would he even care about what Oscorp has going on? No.
Right.
No issue. Doc Ock,
No
like you
motivation.
said, okay, Doc Ock, he gets his funding from, what I'm saying, okay, cool. Green Goblin, he's supposed to be gone.
Right.
So
you have to form this team. The Sinister Six, like we said, I think it was the last time we were talking about this. The Sinister Six is a team that's put together by the Kingpin most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So
come and go.
Right. They're not a unit that works as a unit just because.
Right.
No, they are all motivated by money and
that's what I'm going to say. What's the motivation here other than, okay, we locked up in a prison, let's get loose and you know what I'm saying? If you had Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, and then you got Lizard and Electro from two totally different universes, I don't see them sticking with each other.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
They're not kicking it.
Nope. How do they know anything about to me, they would fight each other. They're a threat to each other. So there has to be a cohesive person that keeps them together, keeps their focus off of each other and on a singular mission. So therefore, I feel like the Kingpin will be a big twist that we haven't heard yet.
Yeah. Or, okay. Craven, Kingpin, Scorpion. Those are the names that we're missing. I know at least Craven and Scorpion are Craven and Vulture are names that we're missing. Scorpion can come in. We know that. So that'll take 3 out of the picture. What 3 I would drop? I would drop Sandman,
Lizard, and Rhino.
Yep.
Make no sense for them to be there.
Yep. Those are the 3 that I would drop.
Yep.
So, but
that way, think about it like this: with having Vulture connection to Tony Stark, with having oh gosh, who do we just say? We said Vulture,
Scorpion, and Craven.
Right.
And then,
Craven,
then
I feel like
throw Kingpin in, you know what I'm saying, as a puppet master some kind of way.
Right.
Because they did say that it was that it's a prominent New Yorker. That's one of the rumors who will be, I guess, the MCU's Norman Osborn.
Right.
Now they could have been talking about Norman Osborn, or they could have been talking about Kingpin.
Right.
As far as a prominent New Yorker, somebody who is New York through and through.
Right.
And, heavy accent and all of that stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to connect these dots, man. Let's see. Strange shows up, tears Peter a new one. Defoe leads the villains to the MCU Oscorp building. How does he know is every Oscorp building in the same spot?
Well, I'm expecting Avengers Tower to be Oscorp in the movie. I'm expecting that. Mm-hmm. It just makes sense. Either that or the Baxter building, but I don't think so.
Right. So if every Oscorp, how does he know how to get around? I mean, I know it's New York. I guess New York is New York, but that doesn't mean the Oscorp is
the same place.
Broad in every, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In every MCU. I mean, in every universe or whatever.
And that's another thing that we're missing as well, mm-hmm. is if these villains are from a different universe and they're here, that means they have counterparts in this universe already.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I keep looking at these leaks, and it's like they sound great. Like, they sound like something that we would love to see on screen, but it doesn't sound like anything that's going to be plausible for them to do in a story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all of the leaks have had their own little plot holes, and I feel like Marvel doesn't have. They're not going to have plot holes like that.
Nah. They like to screw up. Not saying that they don't have plot holes, but most of the plot holes are real small, tiny. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Not just huge gaping ones. Yeah, like
this is kind of, it's believable, but it's a lot of holes. It's just a lot, you know. And this isn't the whole thing, you know. This is just random stuff, but some of it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Some of it doesn't make sense. I heard that fight at the Statue of Liberty. I heard that's supposed to, you know what I'm saying? I've been hearing about that for a while. So
okay. And it's supposed to be like a huge Captain America. Right. But why? That's another thing that makes no sense. So in my opinion, where I feel like it makes sense is Norman Osborn from this MCU. Mm-hmm. Okay. Iron Patriot, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing makes sense, but it doesn't make sense for Willem Dafoe's Spider-Man or Spider-Man's Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe, to come to this one, and then, you know what I'm saying, the Statue of Liberty to be, you know what I'm saying? Because people say Captain America, I think Iron Patriot. Because I think it's going to be, you know what I'm saying, Norman Osborn is the governor of New York or the mayor of New York City. You know what I'm saying? That timeline. That's what I feel like we're missing here, is the MCU's counterparts to these characters. Yep.
And that might be what we're, you know what I'm saying? What if we are getting the Lizard Rhino. What if those are the MCU counterparts? Not the Amazing Spider-Man verse, but the MCU counterpart. Maybe they got it wrong.
Yeah,
Because I mean the actor who played Rhino, dope
Paul
ass actor,
Giamatti. Right,
dope ass actor. That Rhino was horrible. Don't
right.
think that he does not deserve another
Nope.
chance whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want Rhino to have a big, huge mech suit either.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I'm
not.
saying.
That's not
That
Rhino. Yeah,
nah. Yeah, give me Rhino the way he was you know what I'm saying. Give me the comic accurate Rhino.
right,
It's more plausible than a man running around in a mech suit. You
right,
know what I'm saying? That look like can't even. You know what I'm saying? Can't even against Spider Man.
right.
Like, okay, we know
The most
Rhino is
agile character.
but
Right.
come on, Spider Man is agile. All he got to do is get behind him, and you know what I'm saying.
It's a
Like
wrap. Get on top of him. It's over with. Right.
over with. You know what I'm saying? The Lizard, MCU Lizard, I can see. Because this Lizard isn't a bad character. Lizard is more like a, you know what I'm saying.
Ooh, I just thought about something.
What's that?
I just thought about something. Something that makes these plot leaks make sense.
Okay.
Norman Osborn has to be the new in charge of Stark, the whole Stark Industries. Got to be.
Ah,
That's the new Oscorp.
okay.
That's the only reason he would know about the arc reactor. Only reason. Only reason, you know what I'm saying, he would know about the interdimensional travel. We've been there and done that. I saw Stark Tech. Everybody knows that
But
now.
remember, this is Rami versus Norman Osborn.
I'm thinking, no. I'm thinking that that's how they tie in the MCU's Norman Osborn. Because, like I said, it doesn't make sense for what we've got in leaks for Willem Dafoe's, you know what I'm saying, as Green Goblin to care about what's going on because he had his own thing. He was in charge of Oscorp in his timeline.
His timeline, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why would he care about, you know what I'm saying, becoming mayor at this point or anything like that? Or even being, you know what I'm saying, the arc reactor? How would he even know? It doesn't say anything about there being.
It just says the foe leads the villains to the MCU Oscorp building to steal prototype interdimensional technology. That's goes back to him being locked up. How would he know that technology exists? He died 20 years ago,
Right.
or whatever, which would have made him either floating through the multiverse, and then
Right.
Strange kind of, you know what I'm saying, sees him and locks him up or whatever because he's this anomaly that's just floating around. That to me, that's what's gonna have to be explained. Why did Strange lock him up? He's saying it because it threatened him. This says, let me see what it says. Strange shows out Terrence Peter. New one explains that he had been holding them in his prison due to the instability in the multiverse connected to. So that makes no sense to me.
And then the thing about it is them remembering that they died. So if they died, you die, I mean, that's your consciousness leaving your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why would they have the same bodies? That's what I'm saying.
It's some things that
They got to be tied to a counterpart in this universe.
Mhm.
It's got to be
So
because they might not look the same. It might not be the same actors, but they've got to be tied to. I feel like we might, for these actors, do I honestly think they're going to be? I just thought about this too. I don't think they're going to play these particular roles throughout the whole movie. I think you see them die, their consciousness through the multiverse connects with their MCU counterpart, and they have all their memories. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel like it goes. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense for them to have, you know what I'm saying, them to be alive in another universe,
right.
You know what I'm saying, in the same bodies being the same. You know, it doesn't make sense.
But okay, the only ones who died is Green Goblin, though, right?
Nope. Doc Ock died. Electro died. I'm pretty sure. No, that's why another reason why I don't think Sandman, because he didn't die
Right.
in that universe.
Sandman
He didn't die in that universe.
Lizard didn't die.
Nope.
You said Electro died.
Yeah, he got kind of like exploded.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So if they die, that makes sense. But if they're still alive, they're captive in their universe. How does that make sense? It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think some of these characters don't make sense. And that's some of the plot leak just doesn't make sense. You know, half the characters died, half of them are still alive in their universe.
Yeah. Huh.
That makes no sense. That's why I feel like you said, these leaks are what they want everybody to know.
No, yeah. Like I said, man, I think it's 5 scripts running around.
Yep.
And you know, they leak a part of this script, a part of that script, and they put them all together, and we get a leak. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because it says Toby's married to MJ, so is Kirsten Dunst coming back? Or are we gonna get a Kirsten Dunst cameo? Right. And they have a daughter. Says Andrew is a college professor.
We gotta explore that.
You know,
we gotta at least show a scene or two of him teaching a class.
Teaching a class.
If Toby's got married to MJ and they got a daughter, you at least got to see that.
Got to see that, right?
Yeah. That. You can't just be told that and I'm supposed to just imagine it. No, you got to see that.
Mm-hmm. Says Defoe Osborn realizes the way to open 2-way portals, thus to get back to their own universe, is the power of the Osborn device with the Stark device. Defoe gets it, so the other Sinister Six distract Spider-Man. And Toby gets beat way harder than the younger Spidey ends up dying after the battle.
That's why I feel like that's fan fiction. Another way, like, why does he get beat harder than anybody else? In my opinion, he should be the most qualified at this point. Right.
And to me, he was the one who probably would go a little harder anyway.
Right.
He if any out of those three Spider-Man
he's the leader of the group.
Yeah, he would probably be a killer though. He would probably,
right,
or on the edge. He probably done teetered on the edge of especially since the way he did Harry. Yeah, like I could see Toby
putting it on him. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But like I said, I do think if any of them die, it'd be Toby. I do think Toby dies. I'm sticking with that.
Okay.
I'm sticking with that one. Toby dies. I don't know how he dies. I don't know about him being beat way harder or.
Right.
Only thing I'm tripping on is okay. Green Goblin's dead. So is this a younger Green Goblin before? You know what I'm saying? Is this? What time period is this of this Green Goblin? Is this between 1 and 2?
That's what I don't know. That's why I think this is why I think they are doing it this way. They can have these characters.
Right.
They can show the nostalgic part of, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Then it shows him dying and then boom, it shows him dying and then, cut to, you know what I'm saying, MCU's Norman Osborn, who is at, you know what I'm saying, some way tied to Stark Industries. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and just that's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be hard for me to understand how they're going to tie in this, like I said, these characters, like I said, being in this universe and knowing what's going on. Like, I don't understand how they'll put that together, how they can even do that with, you know what I'm saying, having the way that, like I said, this leak is set up. Yeah. It doesn't give us anything. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, it just doesn't, it does, it's plausible from a story aspect, but then again, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And another thing, like the ending, why would he turn himself in? So you're telling me they could have a fight on top of the Empire State Building, you know what I'm saying? And then this guy still has to prove that he didn't murder anybody.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense either.
And he's still running around in costume.
Right. There's 3 Spider-Man.
Right. Now
at this point. Right.
I'm pretty sure he's still the photography guy for the Bugle. So I'm pretty sure he's trying to take pictures to prove his innocence. Hey, right. Now I could use 3 Spider-Man. Or maybe that's the defense that Matt Murdock uses. Is multiverse. I don't know. But they didn't resolve his identity crisis.
Nope. Everybody still knows he's Spider-Man.
And somebody said that in the MCU, nobody cares about your you being a superhero, which is kind of true. Everybody knew. Everybody knew who Captain America was anyway. But you got people like Hawkeye. You got people like
they don't wear masks.
Yeah, no mask at all. You know what I'm saying?
The only reason Iron Man wears a mask is because he's Iron Man.
Because he's Iron Man.
Part of his whole suit. Yeah. So
right. You know what I'm saying?
You know who everybody is.
Everybody know who T'Challa was. You know,
they're fans of him. They're fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man, I don't see what the issue, because the whole thing with Spider-Man was because of his rogues gallery, having so many villains. You know what I'm saying? They can come through, get Aunt May. You know what I'm saying?
MCU Spider-Man doesn't have that risk. He doesn't have those villains yet.
Yeah, right.
They still have to establish, you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like this movie is going to be long, because it has to establish all of those characters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I think they keep saying that this movie is going to be so big. For one, it's going to be long. We're talking like 2.5 hours long, I feel like. The only way they do this story proper.
If Black Widow is going to be running 2:15, I think, 2.5, something like that, then yeah, Spider-Man is going to be long.
Definitely.
Spider-Man might push close to 3.
Right.
This Spider-Man might push close to 3, 2:45, something like that. I can see it.
That's the only way they do the story proper. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this leak is highlights of the story. Not the whole story, but specific points that we will see, but it's not the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. Why is MJ and Ned considered accomplices? They wasn't even there. That makes no sense.
Because they're Peter Parker's friends, I guess.
No, man. When that's not how.
How did he get back into the United States? How did they get back?
No, I thought they were back at the end of Far From Home. Because remember, he was crime fighting. He was back crime fighting and everything, and then that's when Jonah J. Jameson came out and said, "You know, I know who Spider-Man is."
Okay.
It was like a little end credit scene.
Right. Okay.
Remember, he took MJ on a swing or whatever, and then he dropped her off and started fighting crime, and they did the little Jonah Jameson scene. So yeah, they're back in the States.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
But still, I mean, why MJ and Ned are accomplices? Why kill Ned off? Or what is he doing in the vicinity? I guess is my more so the question.
Here's my thing. Why did they have this actor lose 100 pounds and completely change his dynamic as a character to kill him off? Makes zero sense.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I feel like this movie has way more aspects that we haven't seen. I feel like Ned's character, like everybody keeps saying Hobgoblin. I don't think so. I think he is going to try to be like more like a sidekick to, you know what I'm saying?
What was Spider-Man had a sidekick for a second. I got to look it up now.
Right. Because I know Ned is not really all that prominent in the comics.
Nah, he's a ultimate.
Right.
The Alpha. Andrew Maguire is his real name. That's funny, right? Got
Right.
Andrew Garfield, Toby Maguire got the
Right.
the names together. And that's this dude's name, Alpha. Andrew Maguire. He was his sidekick. Might be it's somebody else I'm thinking of though. That dude does look familiar. Let me see. Let me look up something else. Ned Leeds.
I'm looking at it too. So I guess that they say
Okay.
that he
Yeah.
is the
Yeah, he
Hobgoblin.
was the Hobgoblin. I didn't know.
I didn't
So
realize
in
that
regular
either.
canon, he was Hobgoblin.
Right.
Ned Leeds, but because I was introduced to Ned in the Ultimate. Let me see.
Hmm.
Yeah, so he's Hobgoblin.
Would make sense. The interdimensional travel makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that technology came from. Because, like I said, I feel like they're taken from, like you said, a little from the comics, a little from different canons to build the story.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess my thing is okay. Let's say Ned does die. Let's go with that. Then we get a Ned from the
Multiverse.
multiverse.
Oh man, I feel like that's how they're gonna explain everything. They're gonna blame everything on that.
That's because Peter, you know what I'm saying? Tom Holland's Ned has no reason to want to be Hobgoblin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Unless he because from what I read, Ned was brainwashed into becoming Hobgoblin.
Right.
So there would have to be some kind of storyline showing him being brainwashed and wanted to do that. Like you said, he lost all that weight for a reason.
Right.
Not saying that it wasn't personal reasons, but I'm pretty sure Disney was like, "Oh, you trying to lose weight? We'll help you, and we got you know, what I'm
Let's
saying a different
let's
story
keep
for
you
you."
around for a little while.
Right. So, um, that's the only thing. Yeah, because that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Did
That's
not even know
insane.
that.
Right. So that's right there in our face for us to see right there. And I mean, I guess it really, it does make sense.
Okay, so this is saying that Ned, oh, excuse me. So Ned followed the original Hobgoblin. That Hobgoblin is who brainwashed him. And
Hmm.
but it all ties back to like you said, this is all about Kingpin.
Yep.
So, man, it's you know what? It's so crazy what they can do. I would love to see them bring in Flash Thompson as Venom, as Agent Venom.
Agent Venom. Hmm.
Oh man, I think, and if they used because I can never pronounce his name. Uh, who was Flash in Toby's universe?
Oh,
Maganelli.
yeah.
Maganelli.
Um, yeah. Oh gosh.
Is it Joe
Joe
Maganelli? Yeah,
Manganiello. Yeah.
Manganiello. Yeah.
Right.
If he came in and was Agent Venom, that'd be
That would
sick.
be cool. That would be cool.
That'd be sick, man. I think that would work.
I think it would too.
I think that would
And
work.
another thing, like I was thinking about, is they don't even have to have the Kingpin as Wilson Fisk if they don't want to.
Yeah, if they don't want to, you're absolutely right. They change a lot of things. But I think,
I feel like the MCU's Norman Osborn is the reason why.
well,
I feel like that's the X factor, man, that you don't know about. He's like I said, why would the Statue of Liberty be changed to look like Captain America? They say Captain America, but It's really just the Stars and Stripes.
Right.
And I feel like you said, this ties into, you got to think about it. They have to accomplish a lot in phase 4.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about it, if you do the MCU's Norman Osborn as, you know what I'm saying, this, like I said, this humanitarian, you know what I'm saying, like you said, he's trying to hold some public office and be evil underneath,
right,
and still be like a character who, okay, if you got this Sinister Six, you know what I'm saying, he's in the background running them, and then they get caught up. Okay, well, now it's time for me to step out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or that didn't work. Maybe I need to try to look like a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Dark Avengers. It sets it up that way. Because I don't feel like they'll use Willem Dafoe for the Norman Osborn for it if they continue that storyline.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's too old.
I agree.
Doesn't fit with the other actors.
I agree. That was my only bad, or I should say my only beef when it came to William Dafoe, was his age.
Yep.
Going forward for the MCU, it just didn't make sense.
That's why I think it's just for a few minutes at the beginning. Jamie Foxx might be in the movie 10 minutes. Alfred Molina might be in the movie 10 minutes.
Right.
Willem Dafoe might be in the movie 10 minutes.
And then it switches over
to these, whoever they cast to be these new versions of these characters.
Okay. And that's why they remember their deaths.
Yep.
If you die in the multiverse, what is that?
It's
like the one.
Yeah, Jet Li. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. The energy transfers when you die. It transfers to the remaining. You know what I'm saying? If there's 8 or 9 different universes at this point, there's a multiverse version of each one.
Right.
Also, another one we haven't thought about is Mysterio's part of the Sinister Six. Why isn't there a MCU version of Mysterio?
Right. Mysterio is part of it.
Or a multiverse version of Mysterio. You know what I'm saying? This Mysterio dies. We know that their story was bullshit, but it had some truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't know how much, I guess. Or maybe it was.
He did bring up the multiverse. Maybe maybe he was out of the multiverse.
Right.
Maybe Mysterio, that, you know, maybe it's another Mysterio still out there running
around somewhere.
Yeah. That makes sense too. It's
so many different
overuse
factors.
This you know, as a crutch,
right?
As a get out of jail free card,
right? And blame everything strictly on that.
I don't want to see them do that, but I got a feeling that they're going to play fast and loose with this multiverse, man.
Yep. I hope that if they do it, like I said, that they at least explain how.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It just, for me, it doesn't make sense for them to recast or to cast the actors who, like I said, supposed to have died in their respective roles to go forward as these actors, as these characters.
Right. No, not going forward.
Nope. This is them saying, hey, we appreciate the fact that these actors, you really wanted to see them, will give you a taste of that, but they have to be played by new characters going forward.
Yeah.
People who we don't have to pay big bucks to use their face. You know what I'm saying? There he is. There's the man right there.
Man was playing right there.
Right.
But yeah, now I agree with you. Like, okay, we'll bring you in, pay you X amount of dollars, but you're not going forward.
Right.
You know,
this is how you're a plot device.
Right, you're a plot device. That's the only thing that really makes sense.
Because like you said, he said that they were going to digitally. Alfred Molina said they were going to digitally DH him. Mm-hmm. They didn't say anything about that for Tobey Maguire at all.
Or William Dafoe.
Nope, nothing like that at all. They didn't say they were going to DH. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Foxx. That was at least 10 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then his character's getting a whole different suit.
Yeah, he's gonna be a whole brand new. He's not gonna be blue or what? Yeah, he was blue. Won't be blue.
It's supposed to be more like the conventional Electro.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that makes sense if, like you said, they get absorbed into this MCU proper. Themselves, those characters, those villains. That makes all the sense in the world. You said you had some other stuff.
Like I said, I feel like this ties in all the way around to Phase 4.
Okay.
This is how I feel like it does. I feel like I said this before, and I'll say it again. We have multiple bads in this phase, but overall, Kang is the ultimate big bad in this phase.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think Kang, and maybe that's why. Maybe Kang is the one pulling people out of time, and maybe that's why Doctor Strange had to go on. Because there's got to be a reason why Doctor Strange will go and do what he did. Right?
It's got to be a reason.
Got to be a reason. So
you're
saying Kang, if we get Kang involved, the TVA, and I think that's what we're missing. Like you said, there was a whole bunch of stuff missing out of that plot leak. Kang is that piece that we're missing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see what XR says. Kevin Feige and AV Arad killed my favorite Spider-Man to promote the Iron Boy Jr., aka Tony Morales. Ain't watched another Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland on it. His Spider-Boy is trash. I hate to tell you, man.
XR, it might happen, and then again, it might not. But
it might not. But
I'm leaning more towards it's happening. I just right.
And it just XR. I'm gonna tell you this. It makes sense. It's not a bad thing. If according to the leaks, it's not bad, and I think it makes for a bigger universe. You can't have 3 Spider-Man running around. There's no need for 3. 2, yes. 3, not so much. Maybe I can do an old man Spider, you know what I'm saying? Spider-Man that leads up to this.
Right.
But to have just 3 running around since we're doing this multiverse stuff, I think that's just too much money. Toby's gonna want major ducats. Andrew's gonna
especially if they're gonna kill his character off.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just too much. I think it's just too much money to be paid. As far as Tom Holland being promoted or whatever, are you just not a fan of Tom Holland or this iteration of Spider-Man? Is that what it is? Because he doesn't rank as high on my list, but he's not a bad. He is a good Spider-Man. It's not his fault that they want to, throw.
They made him the tech version.
Right. That's not his fault, but I do think he's a good Spider-Man. And he's the right Spider-Man for the MCU.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That
it was very tech heavy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The 21st century. You know what I'm saying? Marvel characters.
Right. I do feel he. And is AV Arad working on this?
I'm sure he's somewhere.
Let me see.
I'm sure he's in there somewhere.
We keep looking this guy up. I know we done gave him more hits in the last.
Right.
Let me see if he's working on this. I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Yep. He's an executive producer, which means he's not working on it.
No,
executive producer.
Just his name.
That's just the name. That's it. AV Arad won't have any say in this at all.
Nope.
It's just he's been involved so long. They rubber stamp.
They put his name every time.
Says I bet it's AV Arad idea because in the Spider-Verse they killed the older Peter Parker to promote Tom Holland Iron Boy. No, they did in Into the Spider-Verse they killed the older Peter Parker to push
Miles Morales, right?
Not
I don't think we'll see that in this movie. No, they have so much to do already.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Don't convolute the story, but add, like you said, for them. I don't think they'll kill a Spider-Man off to add one.
No. That doesn't make sense. The only way I see that making sense is in the old man Peter, like an old man Spider-Man
Right.
version. If you did like a movie that way, then yeah. But
that's something different.
For this, nah.
Nope. I don't think so at all.
For this, that's because you killing one, adding one, you still got 3 Spider-Man running around.
Yep.
What is Miles Morales' his function? You know what I'm saying? What would be his function?
Right.
Because
the story is about Tom Holland. When you put Miles Morales in, he's the main character.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He now becomes the main character. Now, from what I understand, Tom, I don't think he signed on after this, right? I think this is his last one.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see. I think this is Tom Holland's last one.
Well, if that's the case, it makes more sense to kill him then. If it's his last movie, it makes more sense to kill his character. Wouldn't that be a slap in the face? And they kept Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man as the MCU Spider-Man and let Tobey Maguire finish his and be the Sony Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah, this was back in February. Back in February, but it says, this is what Tom Holland said. It says Spider-Man 3 will be my last one under contract. So I've always said to them, if they want me back, I'll be there in a heartbeat. I've loved every minute of being part of this amazing world. It's changed my life for the better. I'm so lucky to be here. If they want me back, I'll be there. If they don't, I will walk off into the sunset, a very, very happy person, because it's been an amazing journey. So yeah, this was his last one. Now we don't know what's going. Maybe this Sony contract that just happened, that might have renewed his renewed his contract some kind of way. But I knew I was hearing that. You know what I'm saying? He says, what I don't like about Tom Holland is that he is too small, 5'8". Peter Parker's 5'11". You splitting hairs with that. Peter Parker is 5'11" in the comics, and also Tom Holland can't throw punches. He does too much web shooting. His suit is always CGI. But we haven't really seen him fight, though. We haven't seen him like fight. You know what I'm saying? And what, Tobey Maguire? I think Andrew Garfield was like the only one who was at 6 feet tall or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I know Tobey Maguire, he can't be that tall. He looks short. So
I wouldn't imagine he'd be anymore.
He says he also used too much Iron Man tech. They need to cast someone taller that looks like Peter Parker. He looks like high school Peter Parker. Remember, he's still in high school. That's another thing too. He's still in high school. He looks like a high schooler. He's not a senior, right?
But that's the thing though. Like,
is he a senior?
It doesn't say.
Right. So we can get right. So we can get multiple high school stories. That's what I'm saying. I can get multiple high school stories out of Tom Holland. I don't have to push him so fast into going to college or anything like that. If you understand what I'm saying.
Some of the other leaks said that this is him graduating high school too.
Is it? Oh, okay.
That's what some of the other leaks have said.
Oh, so Caleb, what's up, Caleb? My bad, man. Caleb says, I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but if rumors are correct, it basically invalidates the Raimi Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man movies by bringing all the villains from previous movies.
Thank you. That's what doesn't make sense at all.
That's what we were talking about, Caleb, earlier. Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. These characters died.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if they died, how are they just coming back in the, you know what I'm saying, in a different universe? No. That's why I feel like it's their essence, their energy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Says all I want is Spider-Man 4 and the Amazing Spider-Man 3. That's all Tom Holland movies. He never fights. He only cracks it open.
You won't see Amazing Spider-Man 3, I don't think.
Yeah,
I feel like if they like I said, if he is going to be a Spider-Man going forward, you know what I'm saying? He'll be Spider-Man going forward.
Okay, this is what I think. I think you'll get, if Tom Holland did sign on with this new Sony deal between Marvel and Disney or whatever, Marvel and Sony, you'll get more Spider-Man No Way Homes or home, another Spider-Man with a home in the title. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man will start showing up in these villain-centric movies. Think about it. The Craven movie, the a Venom movie, a Carnage, you know what I'm saying? Because it seems like, that might be the best route to go, is for Sony to just do all of his rogue galleries and have him play not necessarily the background, but show up as a foil almost, you know what I'm saying? Kind of.
Okay, so here's why I kind of disagree with that.
Okay.
Because, like I said, Sony has not been able to keep their mouth shut about how they're moving forward.
Right.
Even like I said, the president of the company said that this is how we tie our universes together. This movie. So you go back. Can you pull up the Morbius trailer?
Yeah, let me see. Let me find it.
And this is a trailer that's been out for a year and a half now. That's what I'm saying. This is why we have, you know what I'm saying, all these leaks and all that other stuff. I'm going to show you exactly why. Because Sony's already told how the story is going to go forward. This is why I feel like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man does not die. I'm going to tell you exactly why. You saw the screenshot I'm getting ready to show you, right? In the trailer. Go ahead. I'll tell you when.
Michael, I've known you since you were a child. You're a gift. You always have. If there's an answer to your disease, you'll find it.
Trailer too.
Mm-hmm.
I should have died years ago. Why am I still here if not to fix this? I have a rare blood disease, and I'm running out of time. This could be my last chance.
You're up to something. What is it?
It's not exactly legal.
I want to see you get hurt more than you already have.
This would be a cure.
At what cost?
You ready? Hold on. I'll tell you when he's getting ready. He's going up.
Michael, what's happening?
I went from dying to feeling more alive than ever. Increased strength and speed. The ability to use echolocation. And an overpowering urge to consume blood. How far are we allowed to go?
Pause. Go back. Go back. Right.
There.
That is Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's character. Now,
oh shit! You know what?
This, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you've looked over this. I've looked over it 3,000 or 4,000 times, and it's like, it's right there. It's there. And that's right. So that makes this story canon to that universe. That's why I feel like with Tom Holland, you know what I'm saying, at not renewing the contract, that part, I feel like they're going to shake up Spider-Man. I don't know how they're going to go forward with the MCU Spider-Man, but I feel like Toby will be the Sony Spider-Man going forward.
Right.
To connect to Venom, because think about it. At this point, Eddie Brock is older. Cletus Cassidy is, you know what I'm saying? That story that we're getting ready to see, that's tied to this too. You know what I'm saying? Right. And we'll see how. But those characters are older. We're looking for a Spider-Man that's older. At this point, even the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is not even the same age. He's still only 23, 24, maybe 25.
They said he's 20. That's what they're talking about it in the chat right now. Because we were talking about the MCU age for him. Caleb says he was 15 in Civil War and Homecoming, 16 Far From Home. Because I was talking about whether he was a senior or not. And then they started talking about XR brought up his real age. He says, where is that? He says Tom Holland is already 26 years old. He ain't growing anymore.
Right.
But
I'm talking about as far as the characters' ages.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because if we have Venom that's Eddie Brock that's almost 40, you know what I'm saying? Shouldn't Spider-Man be closer toward that age?
Yeah, because Brock should have been okay. If we go comic book accurate, Brock would have been mid-20s.
Right.
When Peter was in high school.
Yep.
As a senior, trying to work his way through college.
Right.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're not too far off in age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel like they would have Venom at you know what I'm saying, the MCU Spider-Man at him at what, I guess 16 or 17 at this point. 17, yeah. Mm-hmm. Why would he be in, you know what I'm saying? Why would it make any sense? Right. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? The story doesn't make any sense. The continuity doesn't make any sense. Nope, exactly. I don't see it at all. It doesn't fit in with that at all. And the grittiest of the Spider-Man at that universe was Tobey Maguire's. And that's why I don't feel like they kill him off. They can use him to bridge the gap. They can use all of them to bridge the gap.
That's crazy that I still think Toby dies, man.
I just don't know.
Still on that.
And then this even ties into your plot leak, you know what I'm saying, of them saying that Spider-Man killed him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's going to be a big thing in the story. Like, all I remember was being killed by Spider-Man. That's, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that might be a major plot point, you know what I'm saying, for why, like I said, they get released, because that makes sense. Of course, like in the leak, it says that he releases him from the prison. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because of his guilt. Of course, if he has no idea, you know what I'm saying, that, because like I said, the only way they would know that they died is because they died. Right. He doesn't know what his Spider-Man have done in their own universes, but they know because they're dead in their respective universe. That's why I feel like it all ties into a multiverse or the MCU versions of these characters. That's what I feel like another big twist of the movie is.
That might be Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I'm trying to look at the emblem.
They've talked about it. A lot of people have talked about it. I'm sure you could probably find an article about it.
It's one right here. I'll watch it. It's by the new Rockstars. I'll watch it later on.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I remember them. They kept talking about it was murder on there. You know what I'm saying? But me seeing that's an actual different suit. You know what I'm saying? All the way through.
Right. Look at the eyes.
Yeah, the eyes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Finish the trailer. When they show Vulture, you know what I'm saying? That ties it in as well.
To fix something that's broken. Until the remedy is worse than the disease.
Michael Morbius. Got tired of doing the whole good guy thing, huh? What's up, Doc?
I got okay. How the hell does Vulture know who Morbius is?
They said they're gonna tie everything in.
What? Because okay, is he out on bail? Did he break out?
I feel like this is
go back to the Sinister Six.
it's got to. This movie comes out before Spider-Man, though. Venom comes out before Spider-Man.
Yeah, Venom does.
So
Morbius
if
got pushed back.
Morbius got pushed back to after Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, then it only makes sense then. Why they're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
If Spider-Man is the bridge between the gap, the Spider-Man No Way Home movie is the bridge between all of those universes to tie them together. That's how you can That's how you can have Morbius, who is supposed to be a Sony character, you know what I'm saying? And the MCU's Vulture, who is native to both at this point. He's a Sony character and he's an MCU character.
Right.
I feel like that's what they do for every single one of these characters that is going to be part of this Sinister Six. They have to be able to go back and forth between the universes.
Caleb is kind of saying what you said about the high school graduation. He said, according to the rumors, they're going to do a time jump at the end of No Way Home to a high school graduation. That's kind of what you was hinting at about one of the leaks. They talked about a high school graduation.
Right.
XR says Tom Holland Spider-Man doesn't even fit well with Venom.
Nope.
I think he might fit better with Venom. Venom. You're right.
Nope. Nope.
You're right, XR. My bad, man. He says, didn't the Morbius director say that the Tobey Maguire suit was just an Easter egg, though? Like he said, the editors added that in post.
Okay, Caleb, when Morbius had what was supposed to come out, Spider-Man wasn't even done. They hadn't even started filming this movie yet. Mm-hmm. You really think they were, like I said, I feel like the Sony Marvel deal has been done. We just finally heard about it. Right. So, and it all makes sense. This is marketing. When I tell you this is marketing for this movie and to build this universe, that's all it is.
Yeah.
All these deals and all this stuff that are happening in conjunction with this movie coming out.
They strategically release these news,
right?
Or release the news to these news articles to put it out. You know what I'm saying? To run with it, to keep the people talking.
They have to keep you off their trail as well, because, like we've said before, us as Marvel fans, we are the kings and queens of speculation now. Mm-hmm. We know the stories inside and out. We know all the source material. Yep. So they have to do things to keep us from knowing what's going to happen in these movies. Yeah. So you don't have complete plot leaks of what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
And that's another thing too, XR. Like when trying to stick strictly to the source material, the plot leak. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Because I know anime has that problem a lot. You know what I'm saying? People read up on the manga, and then when the anime comes out, you got the, you know what I'm saying, the gate. I won't call them gatekeepers or fanboys, but you got people who read up and now they come back and start talking about it. It's like you just spoiled the whole anime for them. You know what I'm saying? Even though some anime might deviate, but they don't. Most anime does not deviate.
It's not
from
much.
The manga. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near panel for panel. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want that to happen, especially in a big blockbuster form as these movies are. You don't want it to happen that way. So yeah, you
and they said for Caleb, you said it's an Easter egg. Nothing about these movies is Easter eggs. At this point, Vulture would just be an Easter egg.
Yeah, and that's my question. Like, why is Vulture and Morbius crossing paths?
Right.
In this, not like on the comic book level, but in the movie. You know what I'm saying? This movie universe. Why are they crossing paths? Why is he like Dr. Morbius? He seems like Vulture's in some kind of would it be like a emergency tech type suit? You see what the clothes he had on? You know what I'm saying? Like or some kind of delivery suit. Like he broke out of jail and now he sees
right.
It's not making sense to me, man. Mm-mm. Last time we saw him, he was talking to Scorpion
in jail, wearing the same outfit.
Right. So XR says, I don't see Tom Holland with the symbiote suit either. He's too immature to control it.
Nope.
It's not about, because Caleb even says what I was about to say. He says that's not how the suit works. You don't control the symbiote suit; it controls you.
Right.
In the comics and in the Raimi movie, it shows the suit slowly takes over Peter's mind.
Right.
Yeah. It's not necessarily about immaturity. In the comics, remember that suit loved Peter.
Right.
Loved, and Peter was a high schooler. If I think it was still in high school when this happened. So, but he loved Peter, would do anything for Peter. And the only reason why he took over Peter is because Peter would say he didn't have enough time in the day to go out and save people. So at night, the suit would say, well, shit, you want me to, you want to still fight crime while you sleep? I got you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it for you. Don't even worry about it. And that's why when Peter would get, you know what I'm saying, after the suit would come back, Peter would act like, you know, was tired and would still have like visions of him doing. He thought it was his dreams. But he was actually out there being, you know what I'm saying, fighting crime, being Spider-Man. So it's not about immaturity or control. It's, remember, this symbiote needs a host.
Mm-hmm.
It needs you. You know what I'm saying? So it's not it doesn't necessarily want to control you. It wants to work with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It likes Eddie because Eddie was broke. The symbiote was broke. They both had a common goal. They hated Spider-Man. Boom. They got together and was dependent on each other. That's the ultimate symbiosis. I'm dependent on you. You dependent on me for a common goal.
That's a symbiotic relationship.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about immaturity. If it got with a baby or a dog or whatever, and they had a common goal, you know what I'm saying? That's how it would work. It says, yeah, but the symbiote suit is too dark for the MCU. Tom, Spider-Man is too immature. Like I said, I don't. Dark maybe, immature. To me, that's because just like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, that Spider-Man was kind of happy-go-lucky, you know what I'm saying? Until then, when the suit happened, you saw the change, and that's all they would do. They would just show the change, the gradual change in his character. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily think he's too gritty for it, but Venom is gritty.
Yep.
Black suit Spider-Man, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Like Eddie Brock and Peter Parker both wore the same symbiote.
Right. It just affected them differently.
You're right. Different outcomes. You know what I'm saying? So Spider-Man, while wearing the black suit, was still a Spider-Man comic book. You know what I'm saying? As soon as it got to Eddie Brock, it became Venom. You know what I'm saying? A Venom comic book. And now you get the Lethal Protector as his nickname is. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, Caleb says, we literally watched John Walker beat a dude to death with Cap Shield. The MCU is not dark. Ship itself. Yeah, I agree, man. Like the MCU has its dark moments. I think XR is more so talking about like the gritty, grimy stuff. But I think they're transitioning out of that rainbow phase, transitioning out of that overly Disney-fied phase. You know what I'm saying? I think they're trying to make that transition out.
They're trying to make these characters more human.
More human, have more fault.
Right.
You know stuff like that. So I get what XR is saying, but I guess until we see it 100%, that change, until we see it, XR does have a point. But I agree with you, Caleb. That MCU is not dark ship is kind of if it hasn't sailed,
it's sailing, it's leaving the port. Right.
It's out of the port. You know what I'm says, dude, they didn't show the kill. That's not dark. But come on, dude. I mean, we don't have to see the kill to know what happened, right?
Right.
Horror movies, they don't always show the kill.
A lot of people die off screen.
Right, die off screen. Or we see the action happen.
That's a budget thing, I bet you.
Yeah, that could have been a budget thing, or it could have been a censor thing. To me, it meant more to not show the kill. Because the focus was on John Walker, not what he was doing.
What he was doing, right?
Was to see the craziness, you know what I'm saying, that happened with John Walker, not showing. We got to see him. We saw him beat the dude up for a little bit. He wasn't dead yet. But then when they panned and they showed him from the victim side of it, and you seen the look on John Walker's face as he was bludgeoning dude to cut his head off with that shield.
Right.
That's to me, that if I was a filmmaker, that's the scene I want.
Yep.
I don't want the bloody, gory.
Nope.
He cut his head off. No.
That's not real.
Yeah.
No.
Show me what the victim saw. I want to see the
Mhm.
horror. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yep.
or the craziness. And because remember, this is about John Walker's change, not
Mhm.
about the victim.
Nope.
You know, in a scary movie, we don't really care about Freddy or Jason, or you know what I'm saying. We don't. Those characters, to me, those characters, they're just, especially in a slasher film. You know what I'm saying? They don't have what Freddy has personality, but Jason doesn't really have personality.
He
right?
didn't at first.
You know what I'm saying? Michael Myers,
They wrote that into that
you know what I'm
character.
saying?
Right.
No personality. They just kill. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're
Mindless
supposed to
killers.
be enthralled in who they're killing, why they're
Mhm.
killing. You know what I'm saying? Stuff
Yep.
like that. And that's what you got from John Walker. You know what I'm saying? You got him that change. This is
Yep.
supposed to be Captain America. Captain America don't do this shit. Damn, that
Right.
shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like
Right.
that.
Exactly.
He says, but that censorship, like the Venom movie, all his kills eating people, they changed the camera and they were off screen. It's too watered down. But it really, okay, if you had a movie of Venom just going around eating brains, what does that do for Venom as a character?
Nope. Takes him about 2 or 3 steps backwards.
Yeah, it does nothing for character development when it comes to Venom. If you just have him going around just eating people, you know what I'm saying? You want to make him scary without being scary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That, to me, if you can show that as a filmmaker, you've done your job.
Right.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
Venom is not horrifying. He's menacing.
He's menacing. Right?
There's a difference.
Mhm.
Right. You know, you can be menacing and be scary. You know what I'm saying? Batman doesn't look scary, but he's brooding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's scary because, you know what I'm saying, the allure of Batman is scary.
Mhm.
You know, the allure of Venom is scary. The fact that he could eat you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they're going for, not the fact that he's just a walking, you know what I'm saying?
Eat
know-
monster, because it's not remember, this isn't a slasher film.
No.
This isn't a scary movie. This isn't Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th. This is
Nope.
Venom. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I need regular everyday fans to connect with this character.
Right.
He's the title, you know what I'm saying? He's the titular character. I need him to be connected to everybody who's out there, and you know what I'm saying, in those seats watching this movie.
Right.
I've never eaten anybody's head before.
Right.
So,
I don't connect with that.
I don't connect with that. You know, I'm pretty sure. XR, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you haven't gone around just eating, you know what I'm saying, people's head. But
Right.
it's losers out there. You know what I'm saying? It's depressed people. It's people who need a symbiote. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to lean on stuff. That's what Venom is about. Venom is about finding your person to lean on.
Yep.
Eddie found his person in the symbiote, and the symbiote found his person in Eddie. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they have a symbiotic relationship.
There you go.
They both give something to the other.
To the other. That's what this movie, that's what Venom is about.
Yep.
Through and through, whether you're reading the comics or you're watching the movie. You know what I'm saying? You take Venom away from Eddie, Venom is, if we start from when Venom was with Peter, like I said, Venom was in love with Peter. Venom loved Peter Parker. Once Peter Parker was like, man, I can't, you out here doing this, that, and the third. Venom's heart was broke.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he got with Eddie.
Right.
Get back at
Peter. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's
You abandon us. Right.
Damn, you gonna get rid of me, dog?
Right.
I'm just trying to help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Peter was like, nah, you helping wrong. Hey, Mr. Fantastic, take this thing off of me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what happened. Ooh, that's who they need to have, man. We gotta have some Fantastic Four and
I hope soon. Right.
And Venom stuff going on. XR says Venom is not a superhero only in The King in Black. What about Carnage? Do you really think he is family friendly character too? Venom is a super. I hate to say it, man. Venom is a superhero. He's a superhero. Superhero through and through. I don't. Yes, he eats people. Yes, does he do some bad stuff? But he's still a superhero.
They call them anti-heroes for a reason.
He's a hero.
Spawn is a hero. He
Yeah.
might not do heroic things all the time,
Hero.
but all through and through, Spawn is a hero.
says that's not what censorship means. If you take a bloody film and sanitize it for audiences, that is censorship. If you shoot something from the beginning with little violence, that's not censorship. Right.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Right.
Mm-hmm. Says like Venom was censored by Sony, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was not censored. Okay, yeah.
Right. This is very true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Right. Because Venom was made by, like I said, a horror director. So it was supposed to be scary. That movie was destroyed in the editing room.
Right. Yeah.
That's where all of the stuff that you're saying that happened to this movie, that's where it happened. It was in the editing room.
Yeah.
It was exactly right.
That's where a lot of, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff happened.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you this. Yeah, that was a horror director, but I don't think it was meant to be horror. If you see what I'm saying. Just by the cut. Me watching the final product of the movie, I don't see nothing horror about it.
I feel like that's because they cut most aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we were supposed to, like, even with the design of Venom, like, I feel like, to me, you got a scarier Venom in the Raimi, you know what I'm saying, Venom. Yeah. But definitely way more visually stunning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But honestly, like, this Venom was never supposed to be, like, I feel like they went through and, okay, well, let's shoot him as, you know, we can shoot it like this scene to be like a horror film, and then we'll shoot it like a lighter side, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I feel like that's what happened to Venom. Right. They shot two different movies, you know what I'm saying, and then tested it, and it didn't work out, so they went the lighter route. That's the way I feel like they did that movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It only makes sense because, like I said, you don't have someone who does movies like with lots of gore, like Zombieland, do a movie like Venom with a character that's, like you said, he eats people. Mm-hmm. Come on, like
now. Okay, now I will tell you this: it might have been a scene where they actually got down and dirty. You know what I'm saying, with him eating somebody or brain. You know what I'm saying, doing a brain thing. But I think Sony had a box. You know what I'm saying, and said operate within this box. And he might have colored without outside of the lines a couple times, and that's probably what got cut. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
that's how I figure.
I buy that. Right.
Because if I'm a director and like you said, I'm a horror director, you know what you got me for. You gonna get some of this.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get some of this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see your box. I know, but you know what I'm saying?
I'm a filmmaker. I'm a visionary.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He says Venom is no anti-hero. Spawn ain't no hero. Spawn is most definitely a hero.
Anti-hero.
No, Spawn is a hero.
I say anti-hero because his motivations are his own. He doesn't care about good or evil so much. I guess his motivations are, y'all screwed me over, so this is me handing it back to you in any way that I can.
Yeah, I think early it was that. I think as Spawn has matured, the way Todd McFarlane writes it now, it's more hero-ish.
But think about what Spawn's been through.
Yeah.
This is somebody who has fought and killed God, the devil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. 2 or 3 times over, has created his own heaven, created his own. Come on, man. Like,
actually, right now, he blocked. If you were a demon or an angel and you were on Earth, you're now stuck. And he did that.
Yep. So we're talking about a character who has truly unlimited potential.
Mm-hmm.
Truly unlimited.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. What's his ceiling? What's his real motivation?
What that's what I'm saying. Now, knowing that first he thought it was a pawn, but he thought it wasn't as big of a situation. Like, I came in, you know, where's Wanda? You know, this I just want, right, like you said, operating on my own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now, knowing what he knows now, and the games that heaven and hell is playing, you know what I'm saying? I think he's a champion for humans. I think he's a, you know what I'm saying? That's why I call him a hero, because like I read Spawn religiously, you know what I'm saying? And he's more of a hero now. Early, yeah, anti-hero. Now, hero.
Right, because he doesn't fight for demons. He doesn't fight for angels.
Nope.
He fights for humans.
Right. He's a champion. To me, he's a champion of humanity right now.
Okay.
XR says, hold on, did I skip? Okay, Caleb says Falcon and Winter Soldier rated R overseas. The only reason it got TV-14 rating here was because in the U.S. streaming services can rate shows however they want because there's no enforcement. True, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. A TV-14 rating, it might as well be rated R.
Yep.
It might as well be rated R. Just off rip. XR says, watch what Disney, Kevin, and Sony are going to do to Daredevil, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. They're not gonna do nothing. They're not gonna do nothing. I haven't seen only thing I've seen is well, we know the Ghost Rider supposed to
Midnight Suns, yeah.
And Doctor Strange. Maybe the Midnight, we still don't know yet, but maybe the Midnight Suns.
They say early development. So
right.
that means that it was, we want to do this.
Right.
We got to find somebody to write it.
Somebody to write it, and then we still don't know if we're gonna do it.
Yep.
So that's just right now. That's just like you said, the idea. We'll put it over here. Caleb says, like The Walking Dead was originally TV-14 before apparent uproar made the creators label it.
Yep, sure was.
But see, that's the getaway. That's the get out of jail free card. TVMA, mature audiences. You know what I'm saying? This is mature. Yeah, nipple might be shown. You know what I'm saying? Couple of cuss words, blood. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And it's crazy. Walking Dead, they're killing zombies. Well, nah, let me take that back. Negan killed. You know, I take that back.
Right.
I take it back. Disney likes to pick properties they can't handle. They're also ruining. How are they ruining Alien and Predators? You haven't even seen anything that they've done from it.
They're completely redoing Predator.
Yeah. And
Alien, I feel like you can't, at this point, Prometheus was a reboot to Alien.
Right.
It was.
Or retelling or something.
Right. It was right. So Alien done been remade already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They could remake it again if they feel like it, but it's already been remade. Right.
And I wonder if XR, if you can tell me how are they ruining it? Because with Predators, we've heard that they're doing they're going back in time. I guess it's gonna be a charity.
It's good. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
right.
It's dope. I think that's what Predators should be about. Different time periods of Predators coming on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Doing the thing. To me, that's dope. Maybe after this we get some Predator on their home planet, some, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But I don't know how they ruining Alien. Predator.
Because if you're talking about the Predator movie, that was Fox, bro.
Yeah, that was
Fox, my friend. Right.
So I'm trying to figure out how you say they're ruining Alien or Predator. Both of them was Fox.
Right.
Prometheus, they just kind of went on.
It was Fox.
It was like a side.
Yep.
Venture.
But then that's the thing. They wrapped it around and tied it in with Alien, right? So
it connected. It was just weird. To this day, me and my homies, we still try to decipher what happened with Prometheus and what was the sequel to that?
Alien Covenant. That was Ridley Scott saying, "Hey, I don't care about what y'all are doing. This is what I'm doing." Yep. Right. Mm-hmm. And that was Ridley Scott. You don't have Alien without him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have Aliens, and now it's James Cameron. Yeah. And that was, to me, the movies are night and day.
Night and day, but that's the best one out of all of them. Alien.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. But you got to understand, like I said, that's the problem with movies like that. When you have one director, they have a vision, boom. Then you go to the next director, their vision is something totally different.
Totally different, yeah.
Right.
Caleb and XR agree, man. AV is a dumb. Y'all get off AV, man. AV gave y'all favorite comic book movies.
He's the reason why you guys have them.
He is the you know what?
He's been behind the team for 30 years now, right?
Of comic books, or at least of Marvel movies.
Films, right.
He's the guy, not just films, Marvel in a different medium than comic books.
Right.
he's giving you that, whether it's cartoons, whether it's
Right.
commercials, whatever. AVA Rad is the. I can't let y'all do that to AV.
Right.
Just
You
can't let y'all.
can't. You can't, because any movie that you like from the MCU, he had a part in.
Yep.
Any movie you like from before the MCU,
He had a part.
he had a part in.
Yep.
These movies didn't get made without him. So obviously, they're doing something right. And that's the thing. XR, you hate on Kevin Feige. He's been there the whole time.
Yeah.
All the movies that you like, he's been a part of.
Whole time. Yeah.
Right.
XR says that Kill by John Walker is not enough to make Falcon and the Winter Soldier TVMA. I mean, I don't know, man. I enjoyed.
I don't do the ratings. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you what. Right.
That's not the part that got me with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't either gore or anything like that. It was just sloppy writing or misplaced writing. You know what I'm saying? Too many loose ends, stuff like that. That's what got, you know what I'm saying, made me kind of step away from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Or not step away, but leave a bad taste in my mouth. Says they don't know how to handle dark and gritty, mature, violent characters. Okay. The new Aliens comics are a joke. The art looks uninspired. There's no blood, gore, and brutality like in Dark Horse. They haven't been released yet. Hold on, man. I have not seen an Alien comic from Marvel yet. To my knowledge, they haven't been released yet. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Okay. So it says it came out March 24th, so I'm behind. I haven't seen it. Haven't come across. My bad, XR. But this art looks pretty good, man.
Now, I'll tell you what I do disagree with. Disney is trying to do an Alien TV series without the Xenomorph.
Yeah. From what I understand, it's supposed to be the Space Marines.
Yep.
More focused on and if I'm gonna do a series, I'm doing that. Because I need human characters for.
But they have to be able to. I feel like then why call it Alien? Why not call it Colonial Marines?
Right.
At that point, why is it Alien? People are smart enough to know if you're a fan of the lore of the story, you're gonna know. Oh, Colonial Marines, that's Alien. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I follow that. Right.
It's the sale. You know what it is, man.
Right. I know what it is, but
but
it just doesn't make sense. Right.
If they are doing the Colonial Marines, I think that's the way to go. But you're right. It needs to be xenomorph centric in the sense of, okay, Stargate, what was it? Universe. They were stuck on that ship, couldn't get off the ship, and it was just going. Give me something like that.
Right.
To where they're stuck. There's no outside coming to help these space Colonial Marines.
And the threat of xenomorphs are always there. But they don't show up.
Right.
You're trying to get out before they get in.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Or we cross their paths every now and then. We don't even, or they're stuck on this moon base or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Give me something like that. They don't have no way out. The people who's coming to get them is years away or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They have to survive.
Y'all gotta hang on, right?
Y'all gotta hang on. You know what I'm saying? Give me something like that, I'm cool with.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's just Space Marining, and every 8th episode I get a xenomorph or something like that, then nah, I'm cool.
Keep all that.
Yeah, I'm cool.
You might as well let sleeping dogs lie.
XR says AVA Rad lost his mind nowadays. But okay, AVA Rad, do I still have him up? He's only doing executive producer, which means he's hands off.
Right.
At this moment in time, he is hands off.
Right.
Yeah. So what is he producing now? He's gonna produce Into the Spider-Verse.
Part two
Morbius,
for Sony, right?
yeah, Morbius. He is producing Let That Be Carnage. So that's him. But executive producing is No Way Home, Far From Home, Homecoming. He executive produced, and I think that's just because he's AVA Rad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's Marvel.
Yep.
He founded Marvel Studios. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he is Marvel. This dude is Marvel through and through.
So you telling me the person who created this has been a part of it, doesn't know what they're doing with the properties?
Yeah, nah,
That
he's
makes zero sense,
he's
you
not
guys.
somebody who
Right?
just showed up. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
To say, hey, I want to work for Marvel. This dude
no.
is Marvel. He's been around writing books
You have the stories that you have because of him.
because of AVA Rad, and I'm not even talking movies. I'm talking the actual comics.
Stories themselves, right?
Yep, because he was chief creative officer over at Marvel. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, during the 1990s.
Yep.
So yeah, he ain't no joke.
Spider-Man TV show, X-Men TV show, all
Mm,
that. AVA Rad.
yep.
Telling me if this guy wasn't around, that would have been better? Nope. Mm-mm.
Video games too.
Right.
Yeah, this guy's a monster, man. This guy's a monster. Let me see. The Spider-Man animated series. That's him.
Yep.
That is him. It looks like he just likes Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man might be his
Favorite.
yeah. Because he does. It seems like he does Spider-Man a lot. Like he's always touched on Spider-Man. Let's see, because I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Says Kevin Feige got woke since he introduced Captain Marvel. Now everything is about women empowerment and batching and putting man down to make the females look good. Nah.
Mm-mm. It's not as bad as it was, right?
Yeah, nah. I can't. Even Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was it had its moments and that was cringe worthy, like you said, putting man down. But overall, that movie was not like a man bashing movie. It was trying to tell women, you know what I'm saying? Because the whole, to me, it was about getting knocked down and getting up. You know what I'm saying? To me,
Right.
that's what that movie was about. But what other properties has he done that with? Hell,
And that's the
there's
thing.
only
And
been,
aren't they getting ready to do away with that character after the next movie anyway?
I don't know.
I know they're
I've
doing away
heard
with
it.
Brie Larson, right?
I've heard it, but I don't know because I follow Brie Larson, man, and she's training her ass off for this role, and like I don't know if they're gonna get rid of her or not. I don't know.
But that's the thing, like like him
Why
saying,
would
like,
why
if
would they
that's the
get rid of
case,
her?
right? Why? But like, I don't see her being as prominent going forward.
She might, yeah.
Take a
Okay.
back seat. That's what I think.
This is the reason why I don't see them getting. She's gonna. I think she's gonna. Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel was actually a part of. I ain't gonna say a part of the X-Men, but she had a big run in the X-Men comics for a long time.
Miss Marvel,
Yeah, as Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers. You know what I'm saying? So
right?
remember, we still got Rogue. You know what I'm saying? I think they still want to somehow play that dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Have it, hopefully. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because you know Kevin Feige is totally do a 180 and do something
180
totally different.
completely. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's still other elements out there that Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel serves a purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because Miss Marvel is going to be
It's
Kamala Khan, right?
but which is, you know, she just took over that moniker after
Right.
Carol Danvers became Captain Marvel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, XR does not like AVA, right? Hold on, let me say. He says Disney needs to leave those properties alone. They're going to bastardize, sanitize, and censor. If not everything is made for kids. Not everyone has the mind of a 12-year-old. True.
That's very true.
As far as the mind of, but I don't know. It's Disney, man. Says AVA Rad has definitely ruined Morbius and Carnage.
These movies haven't even come out yet.
Let
Damn,
them come out,
predetermined.
That come on, man. That Morbius trailer is gritty. It looks good. You got him slack. Come on, man. Don't give me that one, Morbius. Morbius looks
Right.
good. Morbius look like it's Morbius.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Caleb says I didn't like Captain Marvel movie, but how in the heck was it woke? Seriously, as soon as powerful female characters enter the room, they immediately be like another man hate character. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Sometimes just let them rock, man. Like enjoy it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's cool for a girl to, you know what I'm saying, to male bash a little. I mean, come on, we got bitches ain't shit. We got, you know what I'm saying, we got all this,
and it's been that way for the last
been like
30
that for,
years.
you know what I'm saying? If a woman wants to get up there and clown a man real quick or put a man,
we should be able to take that.
just take it. You know what I'm saying? It's not hurting trust me, it's not hurting a man's image whatsoever.
It hurts a man's ego.
Right. You might have got hurt a little bit because maybe she was talking to
your
you,
pride, right?
She wasn't talking to me. You know
right.
what I'm saying? I'm a man for real. You know
right.
Ain't nothing she can do to downplay my ego. You know what I'm saying?
Not even a little bit. I got testosterone in my body, right?
You know what I'm saying? All the things that I need to do as a man, I handle them. You know what I'm saying? So her saying whatever she said did not affect me whatsoever.
Let it ride. That's gossip to me at that point, right?
Now, if you're saying the overdoing it, if it's overly done, you know what I'm saying?
And that's something different.
That's something, because I don't believe in you. In order to pull yourself up, you have to bash somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, everything is about equality. You can't get equality by overcorrecting. When you overcorrect, you crash. Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't agree with that. Back to AVA Rad being a clown that says Carnage is a kid from the character.
How do you know that? You don't know that. The movie hasn't even come out yet.
Oh, man. XR gonna get his off, man. Get it off, XR. So if you didn't see the woke feminist agenda messages in Captain Marvel movies, then I don't know what to tell you. Wonder Woman did feminism better than Captain Marvel. What? Look, I'm not saying that that her feminism was a misstep or misguided. I just didn't see a lot of it.
Right.
Like I said, I remember the guy on the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That to me, that's one of the things that stood out as far as feminism, right? Because she was a subordinate to a man the whole movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't. Matter of fact, a man who was withholding her from the truth and her true power, her true potential.
Right.
So, come on, bro. Like, yeah.
I mean, she still was, I guess you say, oppressed.
Yeah, she was oppressed during the movie. I don't know what to tell you, man. If you're trying to say because they turned Marvel into a female,
into a woman,
you know what I'm saying?
They've been doing that.
If you want to look at stuff like that and say that that's a feminist agenda, then I guess. But I don't know. You kind of to me, XR, because I seen a lot of articles come out about Captain Marvel saying it was ultra feminist and stuff like that. If you want to run with that narrative, I'm not gonna stop you or you know what I'm saying, anything like that. I just didn't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? I went to it looking at it like, yeah, female empowerment. I know that was the, you know what I'm saying, one of the big elements of the movie, just like with Wonder Woman, female empowerment. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. Women can be strong too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not what the goal is for for somebody who wants like what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody who's an extremist on one side, they don't want equality. Mm-hmm. Extremists don't want equality. That's not why they're extremists. You feel me? Like, so to say that something's being ultra feminist, well, I mean, that might be the way you feel about it, but I don't feel like showing a strong woman is being feminist. I don't understand that. Like, me personally, I would like my woman to be strong. I don't want a timid, you know what I'm saying? right, bound hands, bound feet.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? That's not a woman to me.
right.
That's a slave.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, so if is that what you want? Do you want a woman or you want a slave? So and that's how they feel. But like I said, I don't, I, I can understand, you know what I'm saying, use a movie to push your point, but like you said, I didn't see anything more than it being, like I said, this is how we feel,
Right.
and this is our movie, so of course we're going to put it in your face.
Female director, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
I feel like the second one might even be worse.
Yeah, because you're getting nothing but females in this movie.
And then the thing about it is, in the next movie, you're getting a black woman director.
Right. Yeah.
So, and the thing about it is, she's a young black woman director too. Yep. So, like I said, if this is something that you feel like you don't like, you might want to skip this one. Right.
Might want to skip out on this.
Yeah, this ain't gonna be the one for you.
He says Captain Marvel comics never sell. That's why she got rebooted so many times. Doesn't matter. She's still a popular character.
Right. And I feel like
she sells enough that she got her own movie and she continuously gets her own periodical comic book. So that's
like right. And the thing about it is why people were giving slack to this movie is because she was supposed to be a lesbian in this movie.
Yeah.
And I don't think they even went through with it. They just kind of was an afterthought at this point.
Just try to make it seem like
right. That's what people were upset about was the fact that she was supposed to be a lesbian.
Yep.
And that they had changed the entire character to be a lesbian. That's what people were upset about.
Now, if they did, I can understand being upset about that because
the character was not that.
Right. This isn't a pride issue. You know what I'm saying? This was woman empowerment. Women empowerment is not about, to me, is not about being lesbian.
Nope.
You know what
and that's what I'm saying. With this whole thing, it was the woman empowerment, and then that the lesbian thing was just a kind of a piggyback to that. Mm-hmm. It piggybacked off of the woman empowerment thing when they were promoting this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember that. Like, that was a big deal. And that's why people were divided about this movie. That's why XR has strong reservations about it.
Yeah.
It's because he was part of that division about this movie.
Right.
And it was like that from the beginning, from when the movie came out. Mm-hmm. It was prejudged before it was even anybody had ever seen it.
And you know, this is a good comment. He says, my dad remembers when the Alien trailer came out in theaters, dudes was already saying that's not realistic. Another butch lesbian trying to replace men. Yeah, Ripley was a strong female character.
Right.
Matter of fact, one of the strongest female characters that we probably have in cinematic history.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't downplay man or men, I should say. She just did her job. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to where you have a strong female character that just does their job. And if they do their job better than that man or, you know, the male counterpart, so be it.
And the thing about it is, this is what's genius about the Alien movies. The Queen was Ripley's biggest rival in the movie, was the Alien Queen. Mm-hmm. All Aliens is a glorified cat fight. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't have a male character make it to the end of that movie to fight the Alien Queen. Mm-hmm. It's a man beating up a woman.
Right.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got to break these things down to the simplest aspect. Like you said, if you have a man fighting the Alien Queen at the end of the movie, that's a man fighting a woman. Yeah. You have a woman fighting another woman character, you get away with that 100% of the time. Yeah. And you can make the woman, like he said, look like a man with, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you're not promoting domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that was just Sigourney Weaver's look, though.
Exactly. Like, that was it. Right.
That's just her look. And I think she got voted like Sexiest Woman of the Year one year too. It's crazy. You know, it is what it is. He says Monica Rambeau was the original Captain Marvel. Yeah, we know. You know.
Right. But she's gonna be Photon.
Right. Sonya
Yeah.
is a strong woman without putting man down. Sonya. Who's talking? Sonya who? I don't know who you're talking about when you say Sonya XR. He's talking Sonya Blade, Red Sonya.
Mhm.
I don't know. You got so many female characters without feminist agendas. Yeah, just because you're female don't mean you have to have a feminist agenda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just were. It was a saying I heard today, and I've said this plenty of times. Like I said, matter of fact, yeah, it was from the president of the United States. He was talking about if you want to know what the culture is about, what's going on in culture, look at what's selling on TV. Look at the ads. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He brought up he wasn't talking about like lesbian or gays or anything like that. He was talking about mixed couples. He was like, you see way more mixed couples on commercials nowadays. And he was like, why so? Because they have to sell, you know, he's old, so he's talking about selling soap. But remember, I told you it's all about selling something. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Art. I need to sell this movie. I'm gonna show what the culture is represented by. You know what I'm saying? If I need to advertise, I need to advertise to certain people because I need to advertise to the people who's gonna be buying things. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And that's the thing. You have these strong women in these movies. Women go see these movies and they get excited about having a strong female character because they feel like they haven't had that.
Right. Caleb says Captain Marvel 1 was a husband and wife directing and writing duo. Okay.
I'm
gonna try to get through these comments real quick and wrap it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't know it was a husband and wife duo.
Right.
Says y'all need to listen to Young Ripper. I listen to Ripper. Ripper is right sometimes, and sometimes he is totally wrong. Ripper has some good moments. Actually, he's one of the reasons why I got into doing YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But he does have some good takes, and some of the takes he has are bad. You know what I'm saying? Because he's such a smart guy, and with some of the takes that he does, he likes to say that it's not driven by emotion, but they're emotional takes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I try not to have emotional takes, but I'm human, just like Ripper's human. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But cool dude nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? He puts a different perspective on things. I don't have nothing against him, but I will point out that some of his takes are wrong. He talks a lot about tokenization, right? Some of those things are correct when he talks about tokenization, but then at the same time, taking some of those older characters that were white and probably would have been black if they, if given a chance to have black characters, they would have made some of those characters black. So now in 2021, if I can go and rewrite history, or if I know that artist or that writer is still alive and he's like, yeah, we really wanted him to be black, then shit, let's make him black now. You know what I'm saying? I don't see an issue with that. Now, if we're talking about like how WB wants to do this damn black Superman and turn Clark Kent black, nah, we don't need that because you have other characters that, you know what I'm saying, would make a better black Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like Icon or you know what I'm saying? Concentrate on the black characters that you have. You don't have to give me a redo or remix version of Superman.
Right.
Stuff like that. But yeah, I know about Ripper, man. He I will say this. He's a pro. He knows a lot what he's talking about, but he doesn't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I put it to you like that.
I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, Young Ripper 59. That's his name. You might like him. Like I said, he doesn't only just do like comics. He comments on society as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's politics, whether it's pop culture, stuff like that. He does a lot, man. He's real broad, like I said, real smart guy, man. Real smart. He says, why nowadays the male characters always look weaker in the comments, like Black Cat giving a suplex to Blue Marvel. That doesn't make sense. I didn't see that. Black Cat gave Blue Marvel a suplex. But the way her powers work, why not? You know what I'm saying? Her powers are to disrupt the probability, you know what I'm saying, which would make her lucky and her opponent unlucky. So that's just the way her power. Now, will she be able to necessarily overpower him 100% the full time? No.
No, I
You know
don't
what I'm
think
saying?
so. That's
But
not.
yeah, she got her own movie because Kevin Feige is a simp for Brie Larson. But she wasn't the first pick.
Nope.
Brie Larson was actually like fifth or sixth down the line from what I remember reading back in the day. She was not the first pick.
And then everybody turned it down.
Right. She was not the first pick. I think once Brie Larson came up, remember Brie Larson is an Academy Award winning actress. That's a lot of people don't, and that plays a big part, man. That's big. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Once Brie Larson walk in, Academy Award winner, and says, "Hey, I want to play this role," and you've already like Kobe said, people have already turned down this role, or we just haven't found our person yet, and she walks in, yeah,
Give it to her.
We'll go
Let her
with
do it. Right.
Kevin Feige's been such a baby sore boy wimp that he would let. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that.
Come on, man.
We're gonna skip that.
Yeah. It says Young Ripper 59 is again anti-woke, anti-characters tokenization. But I'm okay. I'm gonna ask you this, XR. Why be anti-woke?
Still up?
Why be
Yeah,
anti-woke?
well, that doesn't make any sense. Like,
You want to be anti-woke.
right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
why would you not want to shed a light on missteps in society? That's what I'm calling it.
Especially when you have a big platform like
platform.
he has, right?
Why would you not want to enter? I put it to you like this. I'm pretty sure you like Spike Lee movies. Have you ever questioned his wokeness? Oh man, that's too woke. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's don't. I really hate that anti-woke sentiment that we push. You want to be woke. I want to be woke. Tell me all the shit that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I want to be as woke as possible.
I feel like that's a term that people have also coined that really doesn't mean what it's supposed to
Right.
mean.
It doesn't. You don't want to go to work and everybody's laughing at you because you're not woke, because you don't know what the fuck is going on. Excuse my French. But you know what
But
I'm
that's
saying?
the thing. People that claim to be woke, and I put that in quotations very, very, very heavily.
Right.
That's not really being.
That's not being woke.
Come on, that's being. You're being what everybody else is trying to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's more of an insult to me. That's more of an ass kiss.
Right.
You know that it's an insult. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, somebody being woke that, you know, somebody who their ancestors never even experienced anything that, you know what I'm saying, has had any merit on their lives. You know what I'm saying? And these people are woke all of a sudden because they read it in a book. You know what I'm saying? Like that term just kind of really, it kind of grabs me the wrong way, but we won't get off on that tangent.
Right.
That's just a tangent all in itself.
Nah. If I'm
that's
sleep,
not genuine
if
to
something
me.
is going on that I need to know, wake me up.
Right?
Wake
Please.
me up. You know what I'm saying? Wake me up. And I get it. You know, some people say, "Oh, I didn't come to the movies for this." You know what I'm saying? I get that. I understand. You know what I'm saying? We go to the movies for escapism. We go to the movies. You know what I'm saying? But XR, you kind of seem like you don't like popcorn movies.
Right.
So which one is it? Do you want a movie with story and substance and that drives characters? In order to have that, you need to have, if it's a black superhero, he needs, you know what I'm saying? Imagine being a black, like Blue Marvel. You just brought up Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel is a woke story.
Mm-hmm.
His story is a woke story.
Right.
Think about being a black superhero when he came up, and then the world finds out he's black, and they turn his back on him. Not only, you know what I'm saying, do they turn it? The government turns their back on him after they were just, you know what I'm saying, kissing his ass. Oh, he's black. Oh, hell no. That is a woke story.
Right.
That's woke. Man, so you mean to tell me if they took that story and put it on TV or on the big screen on the movie theaters, you wouldn't watch it?
Right.
But you're a Blue Marvel fan. So I'm confused. Which one do you want? Do you want anti-woke, or do you want a good story?
Right.
Good stories have some wokeness in it.
That's called commentary.
Right. Context.
Right.
He says, bro, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But you just said that Miss Marvel comics don't sell, which meant that it was broke. So
Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel movie?
Marvel. No. He said that her comics didn't sell.
Right.
So which means that property was broke. That could, based on your logic, Miss Marvel, aka Captain Marvel, whatever we want to call it,
was not a favorite character.
Right, was not a seller. That's why it was always being rebooted.
Right.
Cool. So they rebooted it again for the movies. But then you just said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So was it broke? Or should they have just kept sticking to the same thing and not selling? You see what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. With this being a comic book and then a movie based on a comic book, you have to, when you sell a comic, people buy a comic because they like the character.
Right.
When people go see a movie, a lot of times people want to go into a movie and not know anything.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the time.
Right.
They want to be told a story.
And that's what I'm trying to get XR to understand. Us as comic book fans, we don't matter. We don't matter. We don't, man. We don't matter.
If you have a movie about a woman superhero that is the front of the movie, why not make her strong? You're supposed to make her weak.
Right.
You want to appeal to people that's going to go watch that movie. Captain Marvel was not made for guys.
Right. It wasn't.
No.
Why do you think they threw Nick Fury? Nick Fury didn't have to be in that movie.
Nope.
At all. That was to appease the male counterpart. That's why Nick Fury was in that movie. He did not need to be in that movie. Didn't really serve a purpose. If you took Nick Fury out and replaced him with anybody, it would have still went the same. Well,
I guess for their story,
other than the reason Nick Fury in that movie
to tie him in with the scrolls.
Tie into the scrolls, right? But if it wasn't, let's say this wasn't a connected universe and this was just a one-off movie.
Nope, no Nick Fury, none.
Nick Fury was not needed in that at all. It says Blue Marvel is too powerful to let Black Cat a street level character. I agree with you. Like I said, I haven't seen that. I'm just thinking about the way her powers work. That's just like Domino. You know what I'm saying? Domino's fought I want to say Juggernaut, fighting Juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? And she's done some shit to Juggernaut that you wouldn't think would happen. You know what I'm saying? It's that probability power. You know what I'm saying? That lucky charm issue. It might work this time, but it might not work again. You know what I'm saying? Like you absolutely right. Blue Marvel is a powerful character. But if me being a Black Cat, if I could sneak up on him and my powers are working to the max, I might be able to slam him. Now, did I slam him? No. But I slammed him.
But he on his neck, right?
You know he says, "Bro, I like movies like the Sam Raimi trilogy, Blade trilogy, Daredevil TV shows, Logan, Deadpool, Man of Steel, Nolan trilogy." Okay, that's cool. But Sam Raimi, I ain't even gonna go there.
That's the thing, man. Like that worked during that time period.
Right. It's time periods, man. It's time period. I'm gonna tell you this, man. XR, you're a young kid, man. Don't get stuck in said time period that you love, right? Try to change, try to adapt to the times, man. Always don't get stuck. Learn, keep that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Keep that knowledge, but don't get stuck in early 2000s.
You have to evolve, my friend.
Right. Don't get stuck.
The 90s.
90s. Don't get stuck.
Right.
Trust me.
Great time period.
Yes.
But it's over.
Get stuck, man. Don't get stuck.
It's over. People are not the same.
Yep. It's society has changed more and I think we said in the last 10 to 15 years than it's probably ever changed.
Right.
Ever.
People aren't as resilient as they were 40 years ago, 50 years ago. People are not as tough as they were 40, 50 years ago. They're smarter.
And we might live a little longer, but
right.
We're not as we're not as thick skinned.
Resilient.
And I think it's due to the ignorance factor. You know what I'm saying? I think back then we were ignorant to a lot of things, oblivious to a lot of things, and we just stayed in our own cubby holes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now interacting with more people, whether it's due to
over the internet, right,
or whatever, you come across more, you get more culture.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So I'm bringing stuff from over here, I'm bringing stuff from over here, and then I'm pulling it into my immediate vicinity. So which makes my kids change. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I might not do too much change. You know what I'm saying? I'll see what the change is, adapt or whatever. But my kids, they're gonna be told they're not gonna deal with the same things that I, didn't have to deal with the same adversities or the same things that I had to deal with growing up.
It's different now.
It's way different. You know what I'm saying? And when I don't know if you have kids or not, but when you have kids, they're not gonna be dealing with the same things because, like I said, society is moving right now. It is chugging along, chugging along.
What's hot right now won't be hot in 3 or 4 months.
Right. Think about how long we was riding on horseback.
Yeah.
As human beings, think about how long we rode on horseback, and then from horseback to cars to planes, or cars to trains to planes, like that in an instant. We was on something totally new. Now we up in space. That took. We was on horseback since the dawn of you know what I'm saying, civilization, up into the 1920s?
20s. Up
into the 1920s. Now we riding cars. Transportation changed.
Right.
And then not only that, it continuously changed. Boom, 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 boom.
Right.
Why did it take so long? Or not why did it take so long? Why is it going so fast now? Society is moving, my guy. Society is moving. We got a Axelrod says not necessary to change this go around, but could the dude on the left increase his mic volume? He's significantly quieter. Oh, my bad, bro. I can turn it up. You know what though? This app, StreamYard,
there we go.
That's better.
Way better.
StreamYard, it levels out your mic or whatever. So that's my fault. That's my fault, bro.
And you're also using a condenser too. I'm using my headphone mic.
Yeah.
Right.
Using a condenser. So I appreciate that, Axelrod, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But those movies that you brought up, XR, the Blade trilogy, Sam Raimi trilogy, Daredevil TV shows, Logan, Deadpool, Man of Steel. Those are, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Those are all guy flicks.
Yep.
Those are all guy. That's Roadhouse. That's
Predator.
That, you know what I'm saying? Those are all 1980s, early 90s man flicks.
Because that's what they thought. That's what they thought was gonna sell. And then when it didn't, it made money, but not like they're making money now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But
it's all about money.
Not that those are bad movies. Those are great movies. You know what I'm saying? But those are that audience was for men.
Right.
Men. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Blade, that was a man's movie.
Right.
That Daredevil TV show, that was a man TV show.
Right.
Logan, that was a man. You know, you see what you're saying? Like those movies, and that's why I see your personality and why you say things like that, because the things that you like are 100% testosterone. I think USA back in the day when they used to do they used to show them, they had a block of movies they used to show. I think they was called like the Testosterone Zone or something like that.
Yep.
And it was like all these 80s, you know what I'm saying, action movies, big explosions and people just pulling guns out and shooting, not really aiming at nothing but killing everybody, like man flicks. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is, man. That's exactly what that is. He says he doesn't have kids, But if I do, I would try to guide them in the right path. I know you would, man.
You got to. Yeah, that goes without saying, my friend. Right.
I have no doubts. I have no
Right.
doubts, man. I was just saying that even with you guiding them in the right path, they will be different because
society is imprinted on them.
It's right. Society is just moving. That's all. I'm like my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I'm 19 years older than my daughter, which is not a big age gap.
No, not at all.
Didn't used to be a big age gap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Now 19 from 9. You know what I'm saying? That's an age gap. You know what I'm saying? 19 years is the age gap because technology, society, and the way we do things moved so fast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It moves so fast. So, but yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead wrap it up. We got anything else we want to say on this Spider-Man situation?
I'm good, man. I feel like these leaks and all this stuff, it just until we get the trailer, none of it is concrete.
Mm-hmm.
None of it. Until we know that we know that we know that we know, I can't find validity in very, very much of it.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Yeah, I don't got nothing else to say. I think it's gonna be, like I said, I started off by saying this. It is gonna be the biggest Spider-Man movie of all time, or it's gonna be
the biggest flop,
big huge disappointment, man.
Right.
But I got faith in Feige. I got faith in Marvel. I got faith in Sony. Because I'm gonna tell you this, Sony, they haven't missed with Spider-Man. That's not necessarily, you know what I'm saying. So I got faith in them. I got we got our favorite Spider-Man, but none of them are bad Spider-Man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
None of them are very much. Some might be a little better than others, but none are. You know what I'm saying? None are weak.
You're right. None are weak. And that's all I'm gonna say, man. That's how I'm gonna end it. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna end it. I had wanted to touch on, but I'll touch on it tomorrow. I had wanted to touch on some Eternal stuff and mutants, but I might do that tomorrow because I think some news is gonna come out tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that tomorrow. Yeah,
we'll talk about that, man. And I appreciate everybody who came through. Caleb XR, Axelrod, all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming through.
For sure.
Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know next time we post up a video. If you want to donate and help the house grow, the Cash App is $Bluminati, or you can go to www.buymeacoffee.com/blueshouse and leave a tip there. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here.
Take it easy. Be safe.
Right.